June 8, 1940. Symbol protected. The Bald Eagle Protection Act was a pivotal federal statute that marked a turning point in American wildlife conservation. It was enacted by the 76th United States Congress and approved by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The act made it illegal to take bald eagles, which included killing, selling, purchasing, transporting, or possessing the birds, their nests, or eggs without a permit issued by the Secretary of the Interior. The act was introduced in response to alarming declines in bald eagle populations, primarily due to habitat loss, hunting, and human encroachment. By the 1930s, reports from several states indicated that bald eagles were becoming rare or extirpated from their native ranges. As the national symbol of the United States since 1782, the species held special cultural and political significance. The federal government recognized that the continued decline of this iconic species required legislative intervention to prevent extinction. The 1940 law represented the first time the U.S. government passed legislation to protect a single animal species nationwide. It provided penalties for violations, including fines up to $500 or imprisonment up to 6 months. Enforcement authority was granted to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The law applied initially only to the bald eagle, which was then considered endemic to North America and a national emblem of sovereignty and freedom. In 1962, the act was amended to include the golden eagle, as both species were found to be at risk from similar threats. This amendment renamed the law the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act. Further revisions increased penalties and improved enforcement provisions. Additional protections for eagles were strengthened under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act and the Endangered Species Act in the 1970s. The use of DDT, a pesticide that severely affected eagle reproduction, was banned in 1972, contributing to species recovery. By the 1990s, populations of the bald eagle began to recover, owing much to the legal safeguards introduced by the 1940 law. In 2007, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service formally removed the bald eagle from the list of endangered and threatened wildlife. Nevertheless, the species continues to be protected under the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act as well as other federal laws. The Bald Eagle Protection Act of 1940 established a legal framework for federal wildlife conservation efforts that would be expanded in later decades. It set a precedent for the protection of iconic and vulnerable species through legislative action, and reflected growing public awareness of conservation issues in the early 20th century. The law's passage affirmed that national symbols required legal protection when faced with modern environmental threats, linking patriotism with preservation. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.